Hey folks, I've been working on a simple song by the Eagles called You Are Not Alone. It's a simple chord progression in the key of C, so we've got C, G, F, there's a D minor in there, and an A minor. And rather than just strum the chords, I thought I would show you how to add some melodic interest to your picking. So we start on a C chord. And before you get to the first beat in the bar, there's a nice little walk up on the 5th string, and that takes us to the root note of your C chord. And then we can walk back down again to get to the A minor. So we're doing that on the first beat of the bar, and then your 2nd fret on your 5th string with your middle finger to lead you to your straightforward A minor chord. Okay, so let's break that down. And then I'm doing a hammer-on with the A minor chord. This is something I use quite a lot. It's a straightforward A minor, and I'm hammering on the 4th string with my middle finger. And when you're doing a hammer-on, you want to make sure you've got clean tone, both on the picked note and on the hammered note. Okay, so let's break that down. And this chord here is just a passing chord. So I'm only fretting the 1st fret of the 2nd string and the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and that's the important note. And it gives you not quite a full major chord, but you're getting your passing note to walk you down to your A minor. Okay. Hammer, walk back up. So that's the first part of the first verse, or any of the verses. After that it goes to, let's call it the B part of the verse, where you go to a D minor, C, and G. So we're going to the D minor from the A minor, which is the last chord of the A part. And what I'm doing here is I'm picking the open D string, fretting the D string at the 2nd fret, and then opening it again, which gives you that. And from there I'm going to the D minor chord. C, and I'm picking the root note of the C before I strum, and then picking the root note of the G. And this is a really useful thing for you to practice a hammer-on with a G chord. Now you'll see I'm playing a G chord with 4 fingers. This is just something I've always done. It's known as the Bluegrass G chord, and I just love the full chord sound that you get with that. So what I'm doing is I'm playing the chord, and then using my index finger I'm hammering on the 5th string, and then I'm hammering on the 4th string. And it's a really useful exercise for you to practice. You'll note with my right hand I'm using my elbow as the pivot to help me find the correct string. I'm using these 3 fingers here, which are floating, so they're nice and relaxed, and I can use them as a depth gauge, and also it helps with your position both laterally and vertically. And I'm strumming with my wrist, holding my pick between thumb and forefinger like that, and it's as if I'm shaking water off my hands. You just wash your hands in the bathroom, and before you go to the hand dryer, you give them a shake, and then you dry. So that's kind of the technique for strumming. You want to make sure you're getting some good tone from your guitar. Don't be shy. So let's do the B part. So we're going from the A minor. Repeat that. And that ends the B part. I like to have a little pause here. So we're ending with a strum, a pick on the open third string. Pause, walk back up, and that's you back at the A part. So once again. Okay, that's the A part and the B part of the verse. It goes into the chorus, which starts on an F. Now it's up to you if you do the full bar chord F, or just the simple 4-fingered F. Well, 3 fingers, it's 4 strings. You are not alone. C, F. So what I like to do here, it's just something that comes from experience, and I quite like how it sounds. So I'm doing just from the G of the end of the verse, pause. You're not alone. So you do some picking on the C chord. If you just hold that shape. So I'm hammering the 4th string with my middle finger. Then moving my middle finger to the 3rd string. Or you can walk up to the F like this. And that's a nice little hammer-on sequence, hammers and picks, to finish the chorus. So let's go through that one more time. So from the F, you are not alone. So that walk there goes hammer on this one, hammer on the 3rd string, and then a walk up with an open on the 4th string, open, 2nd fret, and then there's your root note of your F chord. One more time. You are not alone. And that's a nice little bluegrassy kind of picking pattern to finish off your C. So you're picking from your root note, then your middle finger hammers on here, so you've got an open string on the 4th, and then your middle finger again, same thing on the 3rd string, and then your 1st finger on the C, which is 1st fret of your 2nd string. Okay? Then you can walk back up into your verse. So that's it. Broken down, nice and simple. It's just going to take some practice. Make sure that your strumming pattern, that you're holding your pick correctly, nice and loose, as if you're putting a key into your car door. If you remember back to the days when you did that, and we didn't have electric key fobs. Key in the door, nice and loose, turn the key, and that's your position. Arm off the face of the guitar, rotate your wrist in a bit, Shake the water from your hand, use your elbow as a pivot, use these fingers as a guide, and off you go. I'll just show you this little G pattern again. It's a really good thing to practice for your hammer-ons. Okay, so give that a go. If this is the kind of thing you'd like some more of, I would love to provide it for you. Just hit me up in the comments. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff that people always say at the end of their videos. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.